On today's video, I'm going to be walking you through LinqTraq, my custom tracking link and QR code generator. By the end of this video, you will know why I decided to build this, what the tracking analytics dashboard looks like, and how you can filter and customize your tracking dashboard to see exactly the information you want to see and why this was a game changer for me compared to the tool that I used in the past. You're also going to follow me as I generate a new advertiser and campaign from scratch and see all the customizations available within the link setup and visual capabilities, including gradients and logo-ready centers. As an added treat, I'm going to be sharing my exclusive YouTube bundle pricing and discount code as a special thank you to all of my followers that have taken the time to keep me company on this journey with the 9x12 and in developing these tools for the community. So stick around and enjoy this in-depth walkthrough of my latest EDDM tool, LinqTraq. So without further ado, take it away, me. All right, so here we are at LinqTraq.com. You got LinqTraq.com. That's where you go to get started. You throw in my information there. Basically, just do this so that way you get updates as I put new things out, as I make updates to the product. If you ever have any questions about the product, then you have an easy contact. You can just reply to that. Let me know you have questions on anything. Then once you do that, then you go to this page here where you can sign up. You can start the free trial. Basically, it's unlimited time. It's not a timed trial or anything. It's just you get 20 codes that you can use unlimited amount. And then you just, if you want to go further, you can either do annual for like 49 bucks or lifetime for like $97, or you can just join the lifetime deal for unlimited everything, and I'll have the link to that. Basically, you go to eddmtools.com/bundle, and you get the landing page there with all the pricing. Right now, we have a code for any of my YouTube viewers. You just put YouTube 50, you get $50 off the lifetime access, brings the price down to $197. You get lifetime access to not only LinqTraq, but you also get lifetime access to RouteSnip Pro, and Rapid Slips for unlimited lifetime access to everything. Because you're supporting me, I want to give you everything that I've built so far. And as I continue to build more, you'll be the first to know about those things. And depending on their pricing models, you might get free access to that as well if you take advantage of the lifetime deal right now. So let me tell you a little bit about LinqTraq and how I got to it. Originally, I had this product here called Shorby, and this is what I used for my first card. You can see all my links from before and how they were all set up. I had to like put in like, M24 stood for May 24, OB would stand for the company's name, and then which kind of card it was, if it was the A card, the B card, or the online version. And so you kind of see here, this is as much detail as I was able to get. I'd see, okay, this was their link. All right, there's their scans. And then if I wanted to see the history, like it would kind of block my access to be able to see stuff. If I click this, then it would take me to that link to check it out. If I click here, then you can kind of see the tracking history. But this is what I could do. I couldn't go back further. I'd be able to see like, okay, day by day, here's what I could see, but there was no way to filter. There was no way to see multiple companies at once. I would have to literally go in and be like, okay, for Aglo Pools, let me click on there and then scan back in here. Originally, this was created May 21st, 2024. So this was last year's card. So I can't even go back to that time range now and see when those scans even happened. So that was why when I planned on doing my next card, I knew I had to have a better link shortening program, because this wouldn't count for me. Like I could see, all right, great, they had 13 scans. I don't know how many of those were me when I was just testing the codes to make sure they were going to the right places, when they came in, where they came from. So now we have all that built into this new tool, LinqTraq. So this is kind of the landing page after you sign in, and it's really simple. It's really basic, no frills. It just tells you all your advertisers, your active campaigns, and your total scans. So first we can go into the advertisers campaign, and it lists all of my different advertisers that I have, and then it has their main website, when I created them, and then for each of those advertisers, I can view their different campaigns. So let's go ahead and look at all date pavers. So here you can see all the campaigns that I've done for them. Since previously they were on this card back here, I can't really just see their historical values, but now that everything is going to be in my new one, so here they were from last time, all date pavers, so they got 0 codes scanned on that one. I think that was when I made it for like the standalone cards that I gave them. So I put different QR codes, and notice how everything's just kind of all over the place. I can't, sort uh, by advertiser. I can't sort by link. I can't sort by anything. That's why this was a nightmare for me. Shorby is great. What they specialize in is like kind of landing pages and stuff like that. Like a lot of people now see LinkPod basically does the same kind of thing. This I got on a lifetime deal from AppSumo probably about 3 or 4 years ago. And it was great for the purpose, but as far as link shortening, especially for 9x12, there's a better way. That's why I built this. So here I can see, all right, there's all their campaigns. You got card A and card B. I see card A, they got 3 total scans, and I can go into the analytics, and then this is where the real magic happens, is where I get to see the full history of all my campaigns, all my everything that I'm using LinqTraq for. So you see, starting May 29th, I can actually go further back. But May 26th is when, May 27th is when I sent out my card. But let's go ahead and go back to April 28th. So since I wasn't doing much with it back then, I was testing out a few things. So you can like hover over through things and kind of see what links were scanned at that time. This also includes any of the short links that I use on YouTube. So you see my link for 9x12 school group from Mitch, and I also have the elite link for Jake's group. So as I post out YouTube videos about these things, I have the links going out there. Here's some when I was releasing my thank you pages and stuff on YouTube. I had the link that people would download the thank you document from, so I can see anytime that somebody clicked on that. So I see that I got consistent usage. Even yesterday, somebody used that. So if you have a YouTube channel, you can also use this for all those type of details. So you see when I released the video, I got 13 in there. And you can actually go in and select specific things. So if I want to just see EDDM tools for this channel, I just pick that, and then I can see all the campaigns that I run for them. Like that. All right. So I see over time, here's when I was promoting the different things. Here's my thank you docs. Here's somebody else found some of the links for the different groups because I posted videos about that recently. So I can see all that at a given chance. So as far as an advertiser goes, let's say all day pavers, I want to see their history. There you go. I see there are 3 scans. We got one on May 24th and another 2 on May 29th. So not a whole lot of response, but at least now I know that card A is the only card that actually got a response from them. Let's talk about the local giveaway. So I ran my giveaway on my last card. And so now I can see where all the different scans came from for my giveaway. And added benefit, I know I dropped off my cards on like May 27th and May 28th. And so I can see that one was probably me scanning it to test it out. And then from here going forward, I see when each of those different routes had somebody scanning it. So that's extra little info for me to know who's most responsive. They ended up being almost a tie for a while there. A, which is a higher income range, I got 39 scans out of them and 46 out of the slightly lower income levels for that card. But it's very interesting to be able to see it over time. Say I sent these out like at the end of May, there's still people scanning them as late as June 9th, June 10th, all the way up to June 15th to enter the giveaway. So that tells me people are holding on to these things. So very interesting kind of thing there. So here I have, like, if I just wanted to see the scans of my EDDM tools thank you document, you can see a lot of people got it the first day I posted, but I'm still continuing to get people finding that video and clicking the link to download that thank you document. So that's kind of the dashboard. That's the main thing that I built this tool really for, was to be able to see all that information that you can collect from those scans. If you want to look at the actual scan history, you can go in there and see all the different kind of clicks. So EDDM tools, thank you doc. I can see based on the IP address where all the different people that got the document came from. So we got Philadelphia, we got Pennsylvania, we got Georgia, we got Nevada, San Diego, California. Got lots of people. Here for my giveaway, I got some people from New York even somehow. If somebody has a VPN, of course, it messes up with the availability of that clean data, but in general, you can kind of get an idea for all that. And you can also filter here if you wanted to just see the local giveaway, all the Miami, Florida people scanning it up in Hollywood. This may have been my painter that I had do my work. I gave them some sample cards. Some of these scans that came in later could be from when I sent out the cards to my advertisers to give them the recap. Maybe they scanned their own links at that time to check it out as well. But essentially, that is what it is. So if you were going to go in, sign up, and you wanted to start from scratch and make your own campaigns, all you'd have to do is add in your advertiser. So let's say I'm going to add in, I already have Neighborhood Fish Farm. What other company can I add in? Mr. Jeff Cleaners. That's one of the local companies over here by my work. Put in their website, jeffcleaners.com, add advertiser. So now I got their advertiser, I can view their campaigns, and so, hey, they don't have any campaigns. Let's add one. We're gonna name this campaign. I'll say that it's my Palmetto Bay August 2025, and they're gonna have their own landing page. JeffCleaners.com, and let's say they have like a particular offer that they're gonna give us to have that. Now, custom tracking ID. This is one of the other later things that I built. It's kind of like a custom code so that it doesn't come out with something like this. If you want just a random string, you don't care about like being able to like kind of manipulate yourself, you can just like click generate and get a random one. Otherwise, what I like to do is, so I am date local, Palmetto Bay, August 25, and then Jeff Cleaners card A. So I kind of have a schema that I use in my mind to know what these are. So right now, how the system works is that anybody using LinqTraq can set up their own custom tracking IDs. But if it's something that's already taken by somebody saying like, you know, slash review or slash offer, then that cannot be used by anybody else. So I like to make mine very specific and very kind of formulaic. So that way, this is card A, then I can do that one. So let's say card A. And then I will do the same thing. So now they have that campaign. For now, I'll just go ahead, add another campaign to them, and it'll be card B. And this will be Dade Local Palmetto Bay, August 25, Jeff Cleaners B. And then that'll go to their same offer page there, add campaign. So now we got their two different things ready to go. Now, one of the things that I've been developing with one of the other people in the community that's been helping get me out and comparing to like QR Monkey is some customizations that you can do to the actual QR codes themselves. So this is, the basic standard QR code, but you can also choose to do little circles, or you can have it do diamonds, or you can do stars. So some of them, the more customization you do, the more delicate the camera has to be in order to completely capture it, but it can look really cool if you, and and they usually work pretty well for my testing, especially the circles and the squares. Diamonds are pretty good. Stars get a little bit tricky. But you can also do cool other things. You can do some linear gradients. So you want to have a nice little blend into the background. You want to match their branding colors. You can do that. You can pick the colors that you want and have it kind of overlay it that way. I'll do squares, that way you can see it even better. Gradient rotation, you can change that to make it reflect how you want, if you want it straight across or whatever. Background colors, you can also change that. So you can do a lot of customizations. I generally recommend, if you're printing these onto a 9x12, stick to the basics. Just do, white background, dark colors for whatever it is. You can have a little bit of a gradient, but use kind of like the darker themed of colors so that it really stands out and it's easy for the camera to grab it and not get confused. But that's available in there. The person that's been helping me out, their use cases, they also print big banners and stuff like that, where some of the customization is a nice little touch. And you can also enable an empty center. So if you wanted to put in a company logo, after you download the PNG, then you could just overlay the company's logo in the middle. So that way it adds some customization there. You could either download it as a PNG or an EPS if you need the scalability of that type of file. So those are the options for customization. You can also just kind of copy the link and paste it into your browser to make sure that it works. So I'll go and paste it right there. That's what the customer will see, redirecting to your destination. And then it'll go to the address, which in this case, I just kind of made up a website. So it might not be able to resolve it. But that's how the process works. So that's what you have there. And then, of course, it saves that format for you. So if you go back to another one, it'll just be the plain old way. But otherwise, you get that customization there. Scan history. So now you can see I scanned it. So they're registered. For whatever reason, right now I'm signed in through my phone's Wi-Fi. So it always thinks I'm in Tampa. That's why I get ads for other people from the 9x12s in Tampa. So if you're targeting Tampa, sorry, I'm not in your demographic, but I am seeing your stuff. But here you can see where the scan linked to that Jeff Cleaner / August 25, which is not a real address because I just made it up. But there you go. So you can kind of see scan history there. Now, if I was just testing this and I don't want to have that in my history, then I can just select that one and delete it. So that way, when I go back to my analytics and I look over my trend, it's not popping up there. So it's an easy way to just keep track of what you've done and clear your own scans. So that way it doesn't pollute the thing. That's another thing I could never do with the other tool. It would just always be there forever, and I would never know how accurate the numbers were because every single scan would go into this little historical bar. So that's a bit about this tool, how it works, what it does, what it's capable of. I used it, like I said, exclusively for my cards that I just put out, and I think it worked really well. You can see the scan history, you can see how it works. It continues to work. That's a peek behind the scenes of my dashboard. Right now, I don't have it accessible to the advertisers themselves. That is something that I might consider looking into. If I wanted to, say, grant Gold Star Pawn and Jewelry access to be able to see their own scan history, that's possible. I tend not to think that it's going to be something a lot of people are going to want to do because honestly, for the 9x12 response, there's not a ton of scans usually that I see. Some people, maybe a restaurant or something like that, that's saving a good coupon and getting some good results from that, might want to see their scans over time. And so it's something I might consider adding in like advertiser level security, where when you set them up as an advertiser, you can like put in their email, and then that can get them to sign up and see their own dashboard. But that's one thing that's not available currently. And another thing that's not available currently that is probably higher on my priority list to include is custom URLs. So right now, like you saw, any of these campaigns, the short links are all this. It's go.linqtraq.com/r/ whatever you want the code to be. So I understand. I mean, it's pretty white label. It's not really another marketing company that's like, having their code out there, but it is not exactly white label because it shows you're using LinqTraq to do this. So one thing that I do want to do that other link shortening tools do, like Shorby does, was having your own kind of base URL. So I had go.dadelocal.com / all my previous addresses. So anytime somebody would scan a QR code, the first little box that comes up will show that first little part of the address. And so right now, if somebody goes to scan one of these, first thing they'll see is go.linqtraq.com. And it's not as widely known as Bitly or any of the other like QR code shorteners that have their own like kind of short basis. So that is one thing that I want to do. I want to add the ability to track these edit these short codes and addresses. So instead of just go.linqtraq.com, you could have go.localspotlightpennsylvania.com or go.marketingteam. Whatever. Like whatever your address is for your 9x12 or for your business page, you can have it go to that. And I might consider finding like a new kind of shorter top level domain, like go.lq.com, and then like have it shorten it that way. But that's something that's not available yet, but it's definitely on my timeline to do, to be able to customize that first part of the address. So that way you can have it much more, in line with your own business. So that is what it is. That is where it's at now. So, like I said, right now I don't even have a pricing page on here for the tool. But like I said, the best bet you're going to get anywhere is, yeah, I don't even have pricing on the front. It's just free trial. But you can just sign in there. Basically, it'll just limit you at 20 codes when you get in there, unless I upgrade your account to like the lifetime access. And that's really going to be your best bet. So if you want that, then go ahead and go to eddmtools.com/bundle. And this is where everything is. Basically, you can just pay $147 a year or $247 one time. But if you go ahead and choose lifetime, you go to Stripe, and you'll have the opportunity to just go ahead and put in this promo code YouTube 50 and apply that, and that should bring your price down to $197. So after you have to pay, what you'll do is you need to go in and individually sign up to each of the tools. So you'll go to pro.routesnip.com, create an account there. You go to v2.rapidslips.com and create an account there, and then create your account on LinqTraq at go.linqtraq.com and set up your account there. And then once your accounts are all set up as trial, then I can go on the back end and then upgrade each one of them to the lifetime subscription. So that's the deal. You just go to eddmtools.com/bundle, choose lifetime because, for the extra $50, you may as well. And just put in code YouTube50 to get that $197 price. As of recording this, it's June 25th, 2025. So that code might not be good forever, and this price might not be the same forever. It might go up as I add more tools and want to give everybody extended access into all the other things that I build, like my lead scraper and like my ad video automation. So those will be forthcoming things as I continue to develop stuff, but in the meantime, right now, you can lock in all three of these main tools, as well as the Chrome extension for Route Snip with one-time payment, and you can get all that right there through eddmtools.com/bundle. I'll have the link to this in the description below. But that's the process. That's the deal. I'll probably do an extended video kind of going over the bundle and all the benefits of everything. But if you're curious about Route Snip Pro, I have a dedicated video to that. If you're curious about Rapid Slips, I have a dedicated video to that one on the channel. This is just last one about LinqTraq that I'm just getting out now. But with these three tools, you'll have a lot of things to help you with your 9x12 journey, making the process simple and being able to communicate to your advertisers, all that, to be able to do all your facing slip generation with just one click. You just upload your document and you get all your facing slips automatically done. All that is there for you. Just go through that process, that link, so you can see here's all the facing slips that I've done over my time. So all these are great tools to be able to automate your process and make that 9x12 work for you, so that way you can just focus on being out there selling, getting those leads, getting those ad spots sold. But yeah, this is the best way to go. I'd say go here, eddmtools.com/bundle, get your lifetime deal and take it from there. And if you ever have any questions, you can just reach out to me, will@eddmtools.com, and I'll be happy to help you out with anything along the way. I'm here to support the 9x12 community. I love my 9x12. Now that I've gotten this video out of the way, now I'm going to be getting to prospecting for my next quarterly card to go out in August, at the end of August. But I wanted to get this out there in the meantime because I have had a lot of people asking about this third tool that's in the pack. So that way you guys can get familiar with it. And then if you want to take the deal, just go ahead and do that. And it'll make it worth your time to have everything in one place. So with that, I want to say thank you for watching this video, going through all my tools, especially LinqTraq, and getting everything you need to know about it so that you can go off and start creating your short links and having everything be easily trackable in a nice, simple, clean dashboard. If you have any thoughts on things that you'd like to see added into it, just let me know in the comments below. If you have any thoughts, love to hear them. So with that said, have a great day. I will catch you in the next video. Take care. Bye.